Hello. Hello, it's me. Hello. How we doing? It's Shins here. We're playing Power Simulator tonight because they had a big update relatively recently which put the Tomb Raider mansion into the game. So Croft Manor is in here. And as you probably gathered from the stream title, I played the old Tomb Raiders quite a lot as a kid. Recently, within the last couple of years, I think it was, I played through. I don't really enjoy playing the first game so much, but 2 and 3, played through them again. Had a lot of fun with that. Could be maybe an idea for a future stream, like maybe maybe play through the old school Tomb Raiders. I guess that could be that could be cool. Yeah, we're going to be playing this tonight. It's a bit of an earlier kickoff because I've possibly got a few things to do later on tonight, depending how we go for time. And also, I've got the house to myself for the entire evening now, so seems like a good thing for us to be doing. The mansion, I think we can only do the outside, of course. Kind of a shame because being able to explore inside would be really cool, but that's I suppose by the by, isn't it? So we get $400 for cleaning Croft Manor in England. Let's go. Okay. I've been requested by my esteemed employer, Miss Lara Croft, to commission a cleaner for the exterior of her residence, Croft Manor, and have acquired your details from a mutual friend. She is soon to host a charity fundraiser for artifact repatriation. A British person willingly giving up and repatriating artifacts. Okay, yeah, right. And wishes for the manor to be looking tip-top for all her esteemed international guests. As you'll no doubt discover from the odd buffed brick here and there, I've attempted the task myself, but to no avail. It is simply beyond my advancing years. Please note, the roof has only recently been retiled and won't require any of your attention. Miss Croft is currently recuperating in Egypt after being set upon, but we'll be back soon to give you a handiwork once over. Okay, so we're going to have references to the games, obviously, because that's kind of tying into when it was thought she died at the end of Tomb Raider 4, the last revelation. So what we got? I don't know exactly what we're looking at here, is if that's what they're going to give us, but let's get cracking. It's been a while since I've played this. I haven't actually played Power Simulator since I changed to using this avatar, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm kind of going to relearn the game on the fly. It's going to be PowerWash, yes. It's loading the dirt. Right, yeah, we're cleaning Croft Manor. Look at this. Oh god, it's so mucky. Is it just the front? There is I can't sprint. Okay. Let's have is it I feel like it's just the front of the manor. That's kind of disappointing, actually. I was hoping it was going to be the entire manor, including the... If it had the assault course as well, that'd be ridiculously cool. Okay, let's have a look then. So it looks like it's just like just the front and the fountain we've got. Okay. What are my nozzles again? So we got what's that one? That's the spiral. Beam, big beam. And then the white one is kind of the weak beam, isn't it? Okay. Okay, that makes sense, to be honest. I trust you have everything you need to begin work. I'll be sure to furnish you with tea and biscuits just... He's locked in the fridge. It's nothing to worry about. That's excellent. Oh no. I like it when game devs do collabs like this and they understand the mentality of people who played the game that the collaboration is with. It's like when Girls Frontline did the Valhalla collab. It was very much a case of loads and loads and loads of in-jokes going on there. I mean, that entire collaboration was nuts. I've just noticed that my head is kind of blocking chat a bit. Hold on, give me just a second. I'm just going to shrink myself down a little bit, and then we'll pull over. Oh, there we go. That seems a bit more reasonable. Okay. Yeah, we can see your words again a bit more now. Yeah, let's see. Fathead. Not wrong. I actually was able to finally get my hair cut today as well after however many months, so I feel pretty fresh. Although I got back home, and of course my wife says, "Oh, you're looking like Uhtred of Bebbanburg." That's what, okay. I don't think I should take that as an insult, wife, but right, yeah. Let's. Oh yeah, 1% cleaned. Oh my goodness. Do I still look like a hipster? I've never looked like a hipster. I've never looked like a hipster. I'm far too beautiful to look like a hipster. Should we use the green one? Yeah, the green one seems like... the green one's sloughing it away much better, actually. Oh, yeah, look at that. I mean, frankly, I find it disappointing that Lara's manor could get into this sort of a state. I get that she's been in Egypt and she was presumed dead. But, you know, that's no excuse for your mansion becoming an absolute tip deer. It's kind of disgraceful. You know, as a Brit, I'm a bit upset by all this. I think we should clean the I think we should clean this entirely before we actually get onto the mansion front as well. Alrighty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Sparkling. Sparkling. Oh yes. It's just grime. Grime and dirt and grime. It's pretty fucking disgusting. It probably will take me all string. I mean, look, we're 10 minutes in and we're 2% done. You're probably not wrong, pal. You're probably not wrong. Oh, yes, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. It's absolutely sparkling, this. Yeah, I've got a bit of a plan together for next week on streams as well. Next week's a bit up in the air, though, because my bands have each got gigs coming up. So I had to cancel tomorrow's stream because the guitar player who writes the stuff for the death metal band said, "Oh, by the way, shits, we need to practice for this gig. Are you free tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm free for it." I had to cancel Tiberian Sun and kind of move it to Monday instead, but that's fine. You know, these gigs are going to be pretty interesting as well. So we're playing an event called Hench Over Hate on the 22nd of February, and then our other band is playing Metal to the Masses in Sheffield on the last Saturday of the month. So, I mean, all in all, it looks like it should be a good time. It's going to be good to actually get out and play some live music again. It's been a hot minute since I've been able to do that. Our other band, like the hardcore band, we haven't played, I think it was October we had our debut gig. Oh, look at that. That lovely low rumble of power washing. Sounds beautiful. I love it. I absolutely adore it. I have wondered before about like the logistics of streaming Tomb Raider as well, just because the old games they run off of Steam, but they are quite finicky, especially with big monitors as well. So I'd need to kind of find a way, I think, to run them in windowed mode so I can still access OBS. Otherwise, it's just going to be a nightmare. Oh my god, this thing is so mucky. Have I played Metroid Prime? I've played the first two on the GameCube. I actually own the first two on the GameCube. They're somewhere in the loft, I think. But I, at some point, would like to... if I can sort out some form of capture, then I probably would play the remaster on stream. I mean, Prime 1 is pretty easy. Prime 1 is not an overly taxing, challenging game. It's a fun time, but it's not particularly challenging. But Prime 2... oh my god, Prime 2 can suck my fucking dick. So, I love Prime 2, by the way. I love Prime 2, but it's one of those games where it's incredibly difficult most of the time. And there's a good reason for that. So, the developers for Prime 2 basically took the attitude that, you know what, if someone's playing Prime 2, they've played Prime 1, so they understand how the game works. And I don't think that's an unreasonable expectation, to be honest. I think that's completely fair. You know, if someone has played the first game, if someone's playing a direct sequel, I'd expect that they've played the first game, unless it's like a fighting game or something. But basically, I can't remember. I think was it Retro did Prime. They basically said, "Oh, hey, so if you've played, you're playing Prime 2, so therefore you've played Prime, therefore you understand the base mechanics of this game," and they've ramped all the difficulty stuff up to 10 at the start of the game and just kept it going, and I love it. I love Prime 2. It's the best first-person Metroid I've played, certainly. But it's got some really tricky bits, like the whole Dark Ether thing. That takes some balancing. The bosses are pretty challenging. They're still pretty challenging now. Like Quadraxis is an absolute knobber. That fight is it's challenging mostly because it's long. It's not mechanically difficult. I would say yes. Absolutely yes. So the only thing with Prime that you've got to be aware of is that the control scheme is a bit different to... it's a bit different to like a normal FPS, because you can move on the fly, but you can't aim at stuff whilst you're moving, really. So you have to kind of stop to aim your shots carefully at stuff, or to lock onto stuff and then shoot at them. But it's really good. I mean, it's absolutely worth the play. Oh my god, look at this. This is gross. Lara, what are you doing? What are you doing, Lara? Dual sticks? Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. I actually don't know how I feel about the remastered Prime having dual stick control, because the whole thing in the first one was that if you wanted to lock onto something, you had to stop and take aim at it, and that kind of, changing that and turning it into just a flat run and gun, I feel like it's going to lose something. So I don't know. I mean, it could work. I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, I think I'd prefer to use the classic control scheme, just because that's what I'm used to. But it is absolutely worth playing. Like I said, Prime 1's not hard, and I will die on that hill. Prime 1 is easy. It's got a couple of bosses which are maybe a little bit on the tricky side, and it's got a few enemies which are pain in the ass, but it's not hard in the same way that Prime 2 is. It's never ever as challenging as Prime 2 gets. Which, I mean, to be fair, is probably not exactly a bad thing. Oh yeah, we got the hecking great big beam, haven't we? Hang on, can I? Oh, we're out of range. That's unfortunate. Hee. Hang on. Should I? No, I'm not. I'm not going to do it. Twitch will bonk me. I was going to draw a dick. Longer barrels. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Behold my length. Yeah, that's looking alright. This great big fish fountain. Gross. Look at it's minging that. This is going to take us all stream to clean this bloody place, isn't it? Is it worth using? Actually, I mean, the green one kind of... We get better range and coverage this way. It doesn't take that much more doing. Alright, let's do that then. Do we have any... I mean, what do we got there? Plastic cleaner. Stone cleaner? Hang on, can I buy that stuff? Cleaning liquids. Oh, there's none. I see it's a challenge mode. Alright, fair enough. So let's go to... Let's just put the yellow nozzle back on. And then immediately change to green. Green nozzle, my beloved. Let's get moist. Okay. If they remaster Prime 2, I will absolutely lose my shit. On the same note, Metroid Fusion is completely worth playing as well. So, Metroid Fusion was the first Metroid to really be difficult in that sense. So, basically, the whole thing came through with Fusion that the suit changes. So she gets infected by the X, and when she's infected by the X parasite, they have to surgically cut her out of the power suit. And then, because of the Metroid DNA, she has mutations come from that, and basically she wakes up, and it's like it was just a flimsy excuse to redesign the suit to make it look different. But from a lore perspective, the fusion suit is not anywhere near as beefy as the power suit. So basically, what that does is it puts her in a situation where she's physically much frailer. She's still got the same offensive capabilities, but the defense that the suit provides is much more limited. So if you take a hit, you really feel it. Let's get this done. Oh baby. You know, I've got a confession to make. I've still not played it. I've still not played Dread. I know I should, but I can't just climb out of there. Good. Yeah, I know I need to, but it might be time for me to just bite the fucking bullet on that one and just actually play it and stop being a little turd about it. Oh no, I'm getting judged. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was thinking, do I maybe save Dread for a point where I can stream? But the thing is, the likelihood of me being able to stream anything via a capture card anytime soon is so low that I might as well just accept that it's not a realistic prospect. For the minute, anyway. Oh, yeah, it's like, look at this absolute mopping. I don't know, that's the thing. I don't know if I would enjoy it streaming more or not. Which is why I'm thinking, well, you know what, is it maybe better just to play the game? You know, and just, like, stop worrying about, you know, is this something I should stream, and just play it? Ooh. I like how this is cutting that grime away. I mean, you got to wonder where the grime's going to, because it's got to go somewhere, but... Oh, hello, cat. Oh, don't... Oh, wait, I forgot to feed the cat. Oh, that's not good. Right, so it's now objective survive, because the cat's hungry as well. Oh, she's not happy with me. She's not happy! Oh, yeah. There we go. Good. Yeah, cleaning the fountain first was definitely the correct idea. What the fuck is definitely? Oh my god, I can't speak today. My ability to English is not. It's just not. I think this is what happens when I have time off work. My brain just kind of shuts down, and I have to reboot it in quite a spectacular fashion. Normally with copious amounts of caffeine. Ah, okay. Excellent, so we can get these inner walls done one by one. That works. Oh, there. Look at that. Yeah, get the inner walls and the floors done. I wonder what the rest of the... jobs on this DLC are like, actually. And actually, I wonder why they've done it. Like, why have they done a Croft Manor DLC pack? Is it just because the devs like Tomb Raider? I think that's feasible. Is it because the devs... yeah, I mean, Square, there is that. I was wondering if it was going to be a case that they've done it because there might be a new Tomb Raider coming. I mean, I would like a new old Tomb Raider, if that makes sense. So, in the style of the old games. I mean, we're never going to get to a point where we've got the tank controls anymore, which kind of sucks because the janky tank controls on the old school Tomb Raiders are, for me, part of the charm. Right. Right, and then up here. Oop. Look at me, up and down like a Mado. Oh, baby. I mean, even if they remastered... I mean, they've already remastered Tomb Raider 1 before, because that was when... I think that was when Crystal Dynamics took over for a bit. They remastered Tomb Raider 1 into Tomb Raider Anniversary. It was decent. I didn't like the controls very much, but it was overall decent, right? But then Tomb Raider 2 and 3 have just kind of sat as they are for decades now, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think those games staying in their kind of untouched state actually works, because if you play like 2 or 3 now, they still play exactly as you'd want them to. You know, there's no difference to how they play at all. And there's still, I mean, 3 especially is hard. You know, Tomb Raider 3, there's so much precision jumping going on. I mean, that's... Oh, people say, oh, that's just Tomb Raider, though. It's like, well, yeah, but 3 is really bad for it. The London section of Tomb Raider 3 is horrific, even today. I mean, there's a lot of difficult levels, actually. There's a lot of really cool levels as well, like the crash site is always a good one from 3. What else is there? I like the underwater levels in Tomb Raider 2, largely because I like underwater stuff, but also because the way that they're designed a lot of the time, I find a lot of the design points generally very, very cool with those levels. Like the fact the first level in the wreck section throws you into the middle of the seafloor with limited oxygen. You have to try and find your way to an air source, and once you know what you're doing, it's easy to find. But the first time, it's like, oh my god, what the hell's going on here? And that sort of sense of wonder, you can still get some of that even now. I mean, even if you know the game inside out and you know how to get through every level easy peasy. The pedestal is still mucky. Oh, I've not cleaned the inside walls yet, have I? Oh, okay, that's fine, that's fine. There we go. Oh, look at it. All coming off. Yeah, to my shame, I never actually finished Tomb Raider 4, but I think the thing is, Tomb Raider 4 was the point where you could tell that core design was starting to go off of making Tomb Raider games. And that's the problem when you've got a franchise which is just so wildly successful that you can't really do anything else. Is you have to keep doing it because it brings in the pennies, but you end up just not really wanting to. And that was always a bit of a problem for them because, you know, it was their baby. No one else has ever really done it as well, in my opinion. The new games are good. Don't get me wrong, the new Tomb Raiders are good. I like them. But they, you know, turning it into a gritty survival-y game, to me, that wasn't, you know, it was always about the whole sort of adventure archaeology thing. You know, you basically kind of an Indiana Jones fanfic, but for the, you know, for the horny Zoomer generation, right? So you know, I played the first one, the one that was I think 2013. That was good. I enjoyed it, but I didn't actually play the other 2 in that series. I can't. There was Rise of the Tomb Raider and I don't remember what the other one was called. Right, I tell you what, let's finish off this. Let's finish off this floor. Oh god, there's so much. We need Wonder Boy. What is the secret of your power? Wonder Boy, won't you take me far away from the mucky muck? A Tenacious D even's still a thing. I kind of feel like they're not, but then I always think that bands have kind of completely vanished. It turns out they're still active and touring and stuff. Thinking of touring, one of the bands that we're supporting in March, I think, they're reasonably big by the look of it, but also we've got a band photo shoot on the day of that gig, so that'll be very interesting. I think the guy who's doing the photography is apparently going to be doing like a multi-angle video of our set as well. So the entire set list is going to be filmed, and then the video, I suppose, is going to get published out on our band pages, so that'll be some fun. No pressure not to, you know, no pressure to make sure I play the set right, huh? I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, I've been playing a lot of these songs for Oh, me and the one guitar player started our hardcore band back into 2018. So we've been doing this for about 5 years now, and it's really starting to pick up some steam now. You know, get gigs, recordings. The recording's going to be great as well. Like actually getting our music written down. We got 6 songs, plus plus an introduction, which we're kind of working on, plus possibly a noise-based outro as well. So there's a lot to be done to make sure that we're ready for it. But I think we're up to task. Yeah, I think we're pretty ready to go into the studio. The only thing we need to do now is make sure we get all the parts locked in, and then once we've done that, we can then start looking at. Oh, that's not clean. That's so great, has it? Right, back down we go. Like a maid with our mop running through the halls of our Goshijin Sama's mansion. We love to see it. Okay. Yeah, I need to make sure the click tracks are written for the songs we've got outstanding at the minute. I think I've got click tracks for like 3 of our songs, so I've got 3 left to do now. We've finished writing the 6th song. So I think our album's going to be like six tracks plus intro. Pretty decent. I mean, it's not going to be massively long, but then it's hardcore punk. That sort of music generally doesn't tend to run that long. But the 6 songs runs us to about half an hour, I think. Well, it's not quite half an hour actually. It's more like because we got a couple of songs which are pretty short. So it's something more like, I think, 20, 25. I mean, it's closer to 20 minutes than it is to 25, but it's sort of around that general vicinity, right? Ooh, look at that. Coming straight off. I've been working on my schedule as well for the week ahead, just to make sure that we're... Oh, perhaps it might be judicious to say a few pertinent points while you work. Sure, Winston. What do you got for me, man? Oh, I see. It's because I hit 20%. Miss Croft is a quite extraordinary woman. Okay. What else then, Winston? You can get out the fridge and help. She demands exacting standards, both from herself and from others. Well, I'd imagine so. Oh, yeah, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. If you excel, you'll meet with her generous side. She's paying me $400 to do this. I don't think she's particularly generous, Winnie. You know, I just don't think she's all that generous. I think you're making more of this than... is actually the case, my friend. If not, well, Miss Croft has an extensive and colourful vocabulary. I don't think in the classic games she actually swears once. So that's a bit of a weird comment. I don't remember one instance in the classic Tomb Raiders where Lara actually swears about anything. Maybe she does in the remakes, but... yeah, I don't really know if I'd consider them canon to the version of the game that I enjoy, if that makes sense. Okay. Oh, yes. Looking at the world from the flat top. I don't remember the words to that song, but yeah. Oh, it's got barnacles and crustiness growing all over it like that. Oh man, if I saw like a manor house looking like this, the sheer level of disgust. I mean, the fact that Winston's allowed it to get to this state before he called a power washer in. No. That's not how it works, my friend. That's just not how it works. Right, and then down again. Oh yes, we got a method here. We have a method for cleaning this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Oh baby. Yeah, looking good. But yeah, my schedule for the week coming up. like I said, it's a bit up and down because of band practices. So everything that comes on my schedule tomorrow is going to be subject to change. I'm going to post the schedule later on tonight just so that it's on my Twitter, basically straight away. But we're going to be kicking off the week with Tiberian Sun on Monday. Tuesday, for Valentine's Day, we're bringing back Valhalla, which I haven't streamed since I started using this avatar again. So I'm quite keen to get some progress made through the days on that. And it's a nice game for it's a nice chill game for Valentine's Day as well. I was thinking about doing a Morrowind stream and basically doing a stream where I just recite the 36 lessons of Vivek, but I decided against that in the end. They are long and taxing, and I think they'd actually exhaust my voice just to read them, especially if I tried to read them in character. We've also got Darkest Dungeon and Monster Hunter Rise next week, so no Morrowind, not this week. Imperial Berry will have to wait his turn. I'm at that weird point now where actually I think that my selection of games is kind of limited by hardware, but there's so much stuff I've actually got on the go and to play through at the minute. Like, we need to go through and actually finish Slime Rancher at some point. We probably could do. We have all the pieces in place to finish the main story of Slime Rancher and then kind of get on to some extra content from there, but we've almost done with the fountain top. Beautiful. Oh, it's sparkling. I could eat off of this. I wouldn't want to, because the bird would probably shit on it. It'd be a fucking seagull, no my luck, but I can't. It's so sunny. If I hit that, I can't see the mucky muck on top of the on top of this. Oh, hang on, it's here. That's the last few bits. Oh, baby. No one leaves this as clean as me. Right. Then the fish. Oh, hang on, we should probably clean this first, huh? There we go. Okay. It is a nice chill game to play. I mean, it's no thoughts head empty. Sometimes that is just what you need. I tell you what, yeah, let's drop into. Can we? If we, no, we won't. We can't kind of climb up there, so we're gonna have to bring the stool into here to get up there by the look of it. Oh, that doesn't. That's kind of a pain in the ass, but whatever, it's fine. Hokai. Fishy butt. Fishy butt. We're almost at 25% done. Maybe Winston's got some more wisdom for us. I mean, he's locked himself in the fridge. If Lara is in Egypt recovering from a battle with Set, then it stands to reason the only way that Winston can get locked in the toilet is that he's done it himself. Which is kind of dumbass, but... well, it's not really for me to judge, huh? Oh, yes. Pedestal apparently is still filthy. Is it the other... oh, hang on, there's a big sort of wodge of crap in there. Just solidified sort of condensed poop. Oh, I see. No, it's the top of the pedestal, so we actually do need the... right, we need to get up there. Can we get up there? I don't think we can. Oop. Ah! Hold on, can I... ah! Okay, yeah, I think I can put that there and, like, jump it. Whoop! Yes! Yes, we can. Oh, actually, we should, let's do that. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let's clean this human face fish. That's very disturbing. So of the classic Tomb Raiders, 2 is my favourite. 2 was when they kind of started moving away from mostly puzzles to much more action. So 1 had combat, but combat was kind of on the minimal side, and most of the combat, I think you had 3 fights, I think, against human enemies. The rest of them were either against animals or mythical beasties. But mostly it was focused on puzzle solving, exploration, and kind of establishing the game's formula. Whereas the second game, you actually kill enough people through the course of Tomb Raider 2 that I don't think that a judge would even give you life sentences anymore. It would just be straight to the fucking executioner's block. And as much as I hate to say it, I mean, Lara is part of the bourgeoisie, so, you know, it ain't off the cards. But I think what got me with 2 is more the way that the levels kind of were. So the first game's level design was great, don't get me wrong. There was a lot to love about the first Tomb Raider. But the second one has much more of my favourite sort of levels. Like the fact that the undersea levels were so claustrophobic, I loved that. The fact that the monastery levels were initially when you reach the monastery, you don't feel isolated. You know, you feel like you're in a good position, and then you go into the catacombs and you just feel completely isolated. I love that. The Temple of Xi'an as well is a phenomenal marathon level. Like the fact that you come so close to the game's overall objective, only to have it just so cruelly taken away from you like that, and then to have to traipse through the entire temple to get back to it. I really enjoyed that. I mean, the fact that it's a genuinely very challenging level is helpful, because it's one of those levels that it's late game. It's like, okay, so you've learned all these things throughout the course of this game. Now put everything into action. Yes, it's not a case of expecting you to do everything all at once all the time, but it does expect you to remember how to deal with every sort of situation. And I mean, it's a really generally good, fun level. I just realised as well. Hold on a minute. Bear with me just a second. I'm going to actually put the old BGM on as well, just because we don't really have any sort of music going on in the background. There you go. So you got a little bit of music in the background now, guys. So that'll hopefully make the experience a bit more pleasant whilst we power wash. I mean, if I was power washing and I had some music on, it would certainly be 80 synthesizer cheese. Is that fountain in a wall done? I thought it was, but oh god, this thing is so gross. Look at it. It's ridiculously mucky. I just don't get how someone of the aristocracy can allow things to get this bad. Like what? How long was she in Egypt for in the last revelation? Something in the region of a few weeks, and it's got to this state already. So that suggests to me a considerable neglect. And actually, I think that Croft Manor would be considered as a listed building. So this could get Lara into some legal bother. You know, she could have. I don't know which. I don't know which agency it is who govern that sort of thing, but the pedestal is almost done, but not quite. Right, let's get some work on the statue done. Oh yeah, look at that! Look at that! We'll get up on top of the statue. It's not like it's priceless or anything. Okay. Oh, minging. All the algae. Blech. Disgraceful. Disgusting. Yep, that's it. I should probably finish this coffee, because if I drink it too late, I ain't going to sleep well tonight. Right, let's just... Right, give me just a second. Just taking this coffee. Ah, delicious. Right. Pedestal is almost done, but there's just enough muck on it to... Ah, there's some more. Yeah, there we go. Get them wings done. That one's done. I think the tail might be a bit of a problem. I think I see a solution for doing the tail, actually. Hold on, let's put our extra long extension with the red beam. Boom! Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at all that just grime there. Right, let's head up to the top of this thing. Because then I think what we should be able to do... Oh, that needs doing as well, actually. Will the yellow one work? No, it's got to be the red one. That's fine, though. Look at that range. Like a PowerWash sniper. Sniper. Oh, yeah. I mean, there is actually something completely therapeutic about power washing stuff. I don't think that's really doing enough. Hang on, can I? Apparently I just move very slowly downstairs all the time. That works better, yeah. We'll get in close and then start blasting. Okay. 1 second. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Excuse me. Something started rumbling. We should probably just leave that point there. See, look, all the other walls are absolutely fine. It's just the manor itself that's gotten horrific. I'm almost certain that she's going to have a problem from the people who do, like, listing of buildings from this. That one's done. Oh, baby. Look at it go. Cleanliness has come to our land. Delightful. Can I hit that from here? This lantern apparently is still coating. Oh, not anymore. Right, we need to try and find a way to get that up there. Is there a way for me to get to it? I can kind of tickle at it from here. I mean, we're almost done with this bit. It's just those bits on the top fin of the tail which are proving to be a bit nightmarish to get to. Well, I tell you what. I'm pretty confident that like 90% of this is done. So let's start moving on to the actual manor itself. Let's start cleaning the manor. We'll kind of do this piece by piece as much as we can because it looks like I don't. Oh, hang on. We can move these. I didn't realise that. I mean that makes a lot of sense to be fair, but yeah, there we go. The fact that that door is so gross. Oh no! Look at it. What are you doing, Lara? Disgusting. Okay. Up again? Yes. Wait, the hinges have individual meters? My goodness. Oh wow, yeah, there's quite a lot of muck going on there. Oh, I see. It's crazy how gross this house has gotten. It's actually senseless to me. I'm not the tidiest person, understand. I'm not the tidiest person, to which my wife will certainly attest. But I never would let my house get like this. Never. Not once, not now, not never. It wouldn't happen. No, 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 no. Oh yeah, look at it, look at it, lovely. Directable. Okay, so we're then gonna... I think actually doing the archway all in one go would be a smart move as well. Like if we try and break this down into bite-sized meaty chunks. Yeah, we take a bite at a time. We don't try and consume the battery biscuit base all in one go. Even if we might want to. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been enjoying exercising a lot more again recently. I mean, exercising at home is always a bit of a drag compared to having an actual gym to go to, but I'm hoping that once wife is back at work soon, gym is going to become something which is a little bit more feasible. I can barely even see that muck up there. Dang. I gotta say, the green nozzle is really putting in some work for us today. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Looking sharp. Not quite as sharp as my new haircut, but, you know. A few things would do, huh? Great. Yes. This is very therapeutic. Oh dear. What else is there to tell about the old Tomb Raiders? So the first one I played was actually 3, back on my sister's PlayStation. It's one of the games that it came with. That was my introduction to the series. And Tomb Raider 3 as an introduction to the series is actually incredibly harsh. And there's one good reason for that. If you're not used to the game, the first level will kill you in something like 5 seconds. So when you go into the jungle level, you start off at the top of a very long slope, and when you slide down that, you basically have about 2 seconds worth of sliding before there's a spike pit in front of you, and if you don't jump, you fall on the spikes and die. Because back in, I don't know how it is with the new Tomb Raiders, but in the old school ones, if you fell vertically on top of spikes, then that was an instant death. You died instantly, regardless of how much health you had. And they stuck that in as a trap. Right? Oh, maybe we should do the pedestal here before we carry on with that wall. So basically, if you didn't try and jump, you know, it was a hard level for someone who didn't know the series at all. But then after that, I then played it on PC, which was a very different experience because that was the days when console players for Tomb Raider had limited save slots because of memory cards, and PC players could save as many times as they wanted to. So if make a tricky jump save, you could save scum the old Tomb Raiders really easy, which I think is where the the no heals and permadeath run challenges came into things. If there's I can't think what the exact name of it is. There's a challenge mode where if you take a hit, you're not allowed to use any med packs, and if you die, that's it. That's game over, and you have to restart the entire game. And with some stuff in that series, that makes it incredibly difficult. Like there's some stuff in there where one slight error in your judgment is going to end your run. Thankfully, it's not a game where luck factors into it, so there's no RNG to do in the old Tomb Raiders at all. I don't know if there is in the new ones or not, but the old ones certainly, you don't die to RNG. If you die, it's a skill issue. Sometimes harsh to realise that, but difference in skill, right? I think it's kind of very much of its time in that sense. So it's one of those games where, yeah, you get your infinite retries. There's no game over state which actually locks your progress out of the game entirely. So as long as you've actually saved the game, then you're golden. But it's of that era of games where you would be vociferously punished for not being good at it, and the game wouldn't try and then hold your hand. It would just be a case of get good or go home. I mean, I don't know, as I say, I haven't played many of the new Tomb Raiders, so I can't say if they're particularly the same or not. The first of the remake ones, it didn't seem to punish as much as I expected to, but that could be because of the fact that it became a lot more of a run and gun than I'm used to with the series. I mean, it has also been a very long time, so there's probably quite a good deal I don't remember about it. Oh, look at that. Delightful. Ooh, yeah. So the games, I remember that I played the first game on PC. The first Tomb Raider, as I say, it's a good game, but I don't really like it. It's too, how do we put it? The first Tomb Raider is very formative. The second one is where things locked in for me. So the second is my favourite of the old ones. I think I mentioned that before. So the second one was the first game that they really introduced alternate outfits when you're out in the field. So the first game, you did have an alternative outfit, but you only had it when you were in the manor itself. So that was the tracksuit. And then in the second game, they kind of expanded that to being out in the field. So you had the wetsuit, you had the bomber jacket, and then eventually you had the negligee in the very last level. And yes, I'm going to call it a negligee and not a nightgown, because it's a fucking negligee. You cannot convince me differently. And that was a concept they kind of carried on throughout the rest of the series, really. Except for the last Revelation, which had one setting and one outfit. And I think that's kind of where you started to see they weren't really bothered about putting much more effort into the series. I mean, it's a shame, but I think it gets to a point with a game like that where there's only so many versions of the same game that you can make, and ostensibly all the old school Tomb Raiders are variants of the same game. It's the same game but with more stuff that you can do. We've added moving along ledges, we've added moving in crawl spaces, we've added swinging on vines and ropes and stuff, and it just gets to a point it's like, well, what more can we actually do? Or shall we move on to a different type of game now? But then, like I said before, the money comes from a series like this, so the developers get stuck in this loop where they can't do anything else really because it's going to hurt their backline too much. And they get to a point where it's like, well, we have to make it, but then they end up resenting the creation a little bit. I think that the guy who created the franchise only stuck around for the first game, and when it went very actiony in the second one, I'm pretty sure he bailed at that point. Oh, what just got cleaned? The trim. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, this one job is going to take the entire stream. Excellent, excellent. They definitely got their moments as well. Like I remember when obviously it would be different for kids these days because they're used to everything having extremely flashy graphics all the time, right? Except for if they're playing something which is meant to look retro. But back in the day, back when I were a lad, right, when I was a grouchy young boomer, stuff like in Tomb Raider 1, when you're doing the Lost Valley, the T-Rex lumbers out of the darkness towards you, and it lumbers out from where in the darkness where you can't see it because the render distance in the game is too short to make it visible any earlier. And it comes towards you from the darkness, and you're just like, holy shit, there's a fucking dinosaur coming towards me. And yeah, you got to get out of the way very quickly. You get eaten. And you know that was one of those moments when back in '96 it was like, oh my god, what's going on? And then they brought the T-Rex back in every single classic game since. The second game, there's 2 T-Rexes, and they're a secret. You know, they're a hidden boss battle, should we say? You don't even actually have to fight them. In the very first level, right near the end, there's a secret passage underneath the zip wire to the last secret, and as soon as you pick up the, I think it's as soon as you get down there, there's one T-Rex, and as soon as you pick up the secret, another one spawns in. And then the third game, you've got the crash site, which has a T-Rex nest that you have to get a key out of to unlock the artillery gun in the back of the plane. Wow, I gotta make sure this is cleaner than this. My goodness, look at it, it's still super, super grubby. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. Uh-oh. Oh, good grief, excuse me, chat. Oh, oh no. Right. Yeah, get all this squeaky clean. Look at it. Yeah. Actually, focusing on the bits which are almost done certainly makes a bit more sense to me than... Is that actually making progress for us, or... Oh, there's still some muck there. That feature to actually see where the dirt is so incredibly useful. Ah, we got to do the other side of the buttress as well. Oh my word, look at this. Absolutely grim. Get the underside of this done. There you go. One of the reasons I was hoping we'd be able to go inside was because of the fact that Winston is currently locked in the fridge, and I think it'd be very funny for us to actually see him in there. We could have a laugh at his expense. If the obstacle course is something we can do as well, that'd be cool. The obstacle course was not in Tomb Raider 1. So Tomb Raider 1, you had the assault course inside the gym area, and I mean it wasn't. I think it was largely unbuilt at that point. And then the second game, there's an assault course in the yard, and the third game, I think you still have the assault course from memory, but there's also a training course inside the mansion itself. In the gym area. So watching Croft Manor evolve through the years was always fun. The one constant, of course, being locking Winston into the fridge, and everyone did it. Every single person did it. I think find me a Tomb Raider player who hasn't locked Winnie in the fridge, and I will find you a liar. And there are no exceptions. None. Not a single one. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Where's the rest? Oh god, there's so much up there. Right, we should start on this as well. Is it worth using the white one? Kind of. I mean, the really baked on stuff this ain't going to do too much against, but... Oh, excuse me. Oh yes, look at us go. Making our money tonight, aren't we? Oh, baby. This is the point she comes back from Egypt and we get a bill for the water damage because pointing ain't done right and it's gone through and soaked into the floor of the manor or something dumb. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit there actually we can get to. Right. Lower tower wall. Ah, that's done. Quite a bit on that wall, but it looks like that bit of the wall is going to need a bit more doing than I would have liked anyway, so let's do this bit next as well. Oh, look at it, just sloughing off. Disappointing that you can't get stuff to... Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Just a minute. What's that? Getting some feedback. I'm not sure if my stream monitor was feeding back just then. I hope not. There we go. I think we're good anyway. Okay. Oh yeah. White Nozzle's putting in some work for us tonight. Oh, look at it. How are these bricks so absolutely bollocks? How has this happened? Like what, Tomb Raider 4 is set, I think, a couple of years after Tomb Raider 3? And there was no sign of the mansion being in this state of disrepair in 3, so what Lara's done here, I wouldn't want to guess that. Maybe she spent a bit more on home maintenance and not so much on firearms and munitions and such. We'd not be in this situation, huh? Okay. There we go. Is that... Oh god, it is. There's muck all on that as well. Oh no. Now, can we blast it from here? Yeah, we can actually, or at least a large part of it. There we go. Cool, that's done. Oh, we can get to this from here as well. Nice. So maybe actually doing this wall here would be a good move. We can kind of not move this around quite so much that way. Yeah, we can. Surprisingly tough work exterior cleaning, isn't it? I don't know about that, Winston, but okay. Pop off. I got through 4 flannels on 1 brick alone. Skill issue? Skill issue, Winston? Sorry, mate, but... Yeah, get my green nozzle out. I expect you brought some high-fangled gizmo or other to speed up the process. Yeah, it's called a power washer. It is literally the name of the game, Winston. I would have expected you to keep up with this. Oh, who should I hire to clean this mansion? This guy with a power washer. There's some high-fangled gizmo. What the hell are you talking about, Winston? You absolute tool. Go lock yourself in the freezer again, you nerd. I think we might even have to get up a bit higher up to get to the top of that, you know. Well, let's not worry about that too much, huh? I mean, there'll be a time for worrying about it, and I just feel like now is maybe not that time. Okay. Yes. I'm glad there's no fall damage in this game. Oh, dear. I mean, I suppose the other thing I could do... One problem I've got is I don't have a ladder. I've got the step. There's no ladder. Which obviously ain't ideal. Right, there we go. Okay, windows done. Yeah, I can see all that muck. I'm just trying to find out, is there anything... Oh, there's quite a bit there, actually, isn't there? Ah, I don't want to try and pronounce that. Quoin? Quoin? I don't know. I don't know architectural terms. Actually, the white one seems to be putting in a lot more work for us than the green one just now, just because he's got that wider beam spread. I do like the water effects when you're splashing onto a roof. Right, let's... Oh, yeah. Precision. Fantastic. Yeah, it's one of those things, like I was saying earlier, about what games do I play. There's too many games that I want to play on stream right now. So I'd said before about, we'll play Monster Hunter Rise, and we haven't played that for a couple of weeks. So I'm like, well, we should probably do that. And then, we just started Tiberian Sun. Want to continue with that because that's doing a bit more than I thought it would on the YouTube VOD archive. Apparently, YouTube is much hungrier for old school RTS than I expected. I mean, to be fair, I did get some mileage out of StarCraft on YouTube back when I was primarily streaming on that platform. So I guess I should have maybe expected it. Yeah, battlement cleared. Yep, that's good, that's good. I mean, Winston said we don't need to clean the roof, so I assume that everything is ground level, really, or as close to ground level as needs to be. But yeah, I mean, then after that, you know, there's stuff that we haven't finished. Like Valhalla, we haven't played in months, and it's just like, well, I wanted something which was not quite so involved on Valentine's Day, something where we can just kind of kick back and relax for a bit, you know. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, what about Morrowind? What about all the other stuff we got going on? Can I squeeze Darkest Dungeon in? What's going to happen with band practices and stuff? I mean, as before, all the stuff I'm going to be posting on my schedule later is going to be subject to change anyway. Because if I get band practice, then I've got to prioritise that because we've got concerts coming up we're playing. We're not playing our local live festival though because I don't think they would cope with a very angry hardcore band or an excessively anti-fascist black metal band. I say excessively anti-fascist. There's no such thing really. Let's be fair. You know, you can't be excessively anti-fash. You know, you can be the right level of anti-fascist, which is completely, or you cannot be. Hey, welcome. Welcome. You say it's finally back and something gone wrong? Oh, jeez. Well, in that case, welcome. I'm glad to be your test subject. Is there bad weather out your end? Ooh, battlement's done. Nice. What's that? Oh, it's not to do. It's not to do with that. It's the all of the black metal band's lyrical themes are basically about smash the fash. So that's actually something that predates the thing, the Pink Pimples game, which we touch not. But yeah, I mean, I am cross about all of that, largely because, I mean, who wants to put money into the pockets of someone who uses that money to punch down? Not me, that's for certain. The archways. They got muck all over the top. Okay. I mean, to be fair, the hardcore punk band's lyrics are pretty political almost all the time. But then the breadth of actual lyrical subjects is a lot more diverse, shall we say. So instead of purely focusing on the one subject, the hardcore band has a lot more subjects which are a bit more esoteric as well. Like there was one song that our vocalist has written about. I can't remember exactly which regime it was, but there was a very dictatorial regime that went for people in the night, kidnapped them, tortured them, that sort of thing. There's making money to eat, but then there's making money with the express purpose of using the money to punch down with. That's my issue with that particular game, is that the royalties made by the creator are used exclusively by their own admission, I'll add, to punch downwards on the marginalised, and I can't abide that. If I have to kind of speak from the position of what relative privilege I have, then I feel like it's a duty to speak out against that sort of thing, and to actually take a stance on it. Like, could I? There's making money to eat, and then there's making money to be foul with it. Yes, that's the one. But no, I mean, we will not be playing that on this channel. I mean, I don't like that franchise anyway, because it's extremely boring and derivative almost all the time. I mean, if people want recommendations for like fancy books to read and all that, you're damn right I got them. But one book series I'd like to maybe do a deep dive into on stream at some point would be Steve Erickson's Malazan books. They are my favourite series of all time, and they are very well known for being extremely challenging reads. So the thing is with Erickson, right? He throws you into situations which are ongoing. He throws you into situations which he doesn't explain to you. He expects you to pay attention, to pick up detail, and to catch up. And I tell you what, the lack of hand-holding is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. I adore those books. And the fact that... Oh, goodness me. My stomach is growling at me a bit there. I've eaten, but my stomach is growling anyway, which obviously ain't good. Just give me one moment. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to do a deep dive on the series setting, like maybe do a stream discussing them at some point. That'd be kind of cool. But at the same time, it's very, very, very niche, and the people who are... Oh, there's some muck over that. Can we jump over to it? I think we can. Okay, we made it. We're doing Tomb Raider and Tomb Raider, so we can Tomb Raid the Tomb Raid. Yeah, we should make sure this is finished off first, huh? Okay. Clean in the buttress, clean in the buttress. Do-do-do-do-do. Yes. Looking nice, looking nice. I mean, there's also our Scott Bakker's second Apocalypse, which I'd like to, again, do a deep dive on. One of my mates has actually done a deep dive on that series recently, which is on his YouTube, which I should maybe link for anyone who's interested. I think I need to swap out short extension. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, this buttress is still a bit filth. Okay. I mean, the thing with Backer is his stuff is much, much, much darker than most fantasy books get to. A lot of it deals with hopelessness, and I tell you what, if you play Darkest Dungeon, I can tell you for a fact that they are fans of Backer because what I've mentioned this before. One of the bosses actually references. It references something that comes up in Backer's books, which I looked at, and that was one of the things that sold me on Darkest Dungeon, actually. It's like, oh, they like this author that I like? Okay, cool. I vibe with them. That window's still dirty. Frame? No, frame. No filth there? Nope. Sparkling. Beautiful. Get this wall done as well. Looking good, looking good. Oh, baby. Right, I think... Oh, the roof needs a bit of my squirts. Can I get to that from... I think I maybe could do. There we go. No, I need to actually go down there. Oh, God, look at that. That's gross. Right, hang on. Give me the long extension, please. Yep, we're good? Okay, good. There we go. I should probably actually bring this back over a bit, huh? Yeah, we're strong enough as a PowerWash man that we can literally just pick that thing up one-handed and just we pick it up with our mind. This is the power of the PowerWash. Just don't expect any OSHA compliance here, because you will find none. I feel like we need to be a bit closer. Yeah, that works, I think. I hope. Oh, baby, look at that. Look at that. We love to see it. We can probably get to the tower roof from here, actually. Yes, we can. Give me the ping. Wait, hang on. We got to clean the... Oh, shoot. That's done. Nice, nice. Let's move this a little bit, actually. Oh, ah! Yes. That, yeah, move that to here for a second. We'll have a quick look up here as well. Is there... Yeah, there's more mucky muck. Unfortunately, Wonder Boy would not be able to save us from it. Not yet. Right, we want to try and jump on over to there. And, ah! What? I got stuck on the railing. Oh my god. Oh no, you can never leave. No. Right, so we get that washed. Being able to tab to see where the muck is really helpful, but at the same time I feel dirty using it. Give me the extra long extension. Look at it, it's all coming off. However, we'll want to move this again. Ah! Okay, we good? Yeah, put that there. And then we can use this to kind of get over towards where the fishy boy is. Get his head sort of cleaned off a bit better. Alrighty. There we go. Yeah, looking good. Looking very tidy. Taking that slow and methodical approach. Don't want to rush a job like this. No. Yeah, I may have a look into seeing if it's feasible to stream, to actually stream Tomb Raider at some point. Ah, no! Oh, we missed it. We fucked it. Damn it. Right, move that over there. Okay. Yeah, we'll have a look and see if it's feasible to stream Tomb Raider, because the thing is, like I said, the game is a bit of a pig to get running on an outboard monitor from a laptop. It runs, but actually getting it to run without having to come and turn around and use the actual laptop screen itself is a big pain in the butt. But at the same time, they're fun games, and it'd be good for people to see, hey, these are the games of my people, these are the games of my youth, right? See, I thought we had some glass cleaner, but maybe we get that as a reward when we get a bit further in, huh? Maybe Winston will give us some gifts. I don't think he will. He seems like a tight bastard, but, well. Okay, that's that one done. You see, Lara, a couple of hours worth of maintenance versus all these years of neglect. It's only taken a couple of hours. If you stopped shooting people for 2 minutes, then you'd have been able to do this yourself. You pudding. Lara Croft, you pudding. We can actually hit all of that from here as well, which is good. There you go. Getting an archway done. I mean, you have to wonder why, if the roof's just been retiled, why they couldn't have got someone to do this at the same time. Like, surely someone would have commented, oh, this house that we're doing is, like, right fucking mucky. Yeah, why don't we source it? There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at it. It's beautiful. I keep on hearing what sounds like an engine in my ears. Is that something coming through on the game audio or what? Well, it'll be DJB. It'll be that job though. That one's done. Ooh. Bear me a second. Ah! Fingers are starting to lock up. Because of the fact I'm just holding down one button for long periods of time, my poor fingers are starting to bust. There we go. Frame's still needing some love. Not so much. Yeah. It's good. Okay. It's looking good, huh? Now, we've pretty much done this entire side of the house, right? I'm keeping an eye out for any Easter eggs as well, because I'm sure there's going to be some from the devs. Like, we've already had the Easter egg about the fact that Winston's locked in the bloody fridge again. What's coming next? What are the next jobs, actually? I'm kind of interested. I know it's going to take us we've been at this for almost an hour and a half, and we're a bit over halfway done. I say almost halfway done. We're a bit beyond halfway done. Yeah, make sure we get all the muck there. Oh, don't do that. Right, run. Boing! Okay, we're good. We're good. Ah, yeah, there's muck there too. Okay. Good, good, good. Yeah, I'm starting to feel this game again. I'm becoming as one with the filth. Probably not a good thing. I'll get told off by the wife for that. Husband, why have you not done the dishes? I am becoming as one with the power washer wife. You cannot prevent this. No. Where's the... Is the entrance top... Or is it the front of the entrance top that's still messy? Can't see anything. Well, whatever. Oh, the coin needs looking at, doesn't it? Okay. Right, the upper course. We can run around most of that side. So let's go over and start working from the other side as well, shall we? Let's also bring this to like there. Because we can still get to all of that from here. Mostly we just need to make sure we can actually finish off that bloody statue. That fetid fish. There you go. There's still quite a bit of... Oh! Look at that. Take that, physics. Excellent. Okay. So we get the decorations cleansed. Yeah. The thing with the engine sound I keep hearing, it sounds like someone's revving a moped outside my office window. But I know it's not because it's too regular. Like, moped riders around here would be off in the distance already causing havoc everywhere. Okay. Oh, yes. Look at that. Beautiful. If only actual housework was so easy. Hang on, that's a... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh my god, these windows. Lara, what are you doing? That's the jankiest smile I've ever made. Oh no. Yeah, get the white beam on it. I say beam. You know what I mean. It's a shame we don't have any access to any cleaning products, really, but, well, like I said, I feel like that would probably make this a bit too straightforward, huh? Oh, ow. Oh, I hope you didn't hear that, chat. My neck just popped like I'm... It sounded like Ozen from Made in Abyss. Soap grenades, I wish. I would love some soap grenades. I would absolutely kill for some soap grenades right now. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have any. I've got to make do with sadly going left and right with me hose, I'm afraid to say. Welcome, by the way. Welcome. Oop. Uh-oh. Ah! I fell. Well, it's fine. I need to do under here anyway, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, this is actually kind of disgusting. Just look at the amount of gunk that's under here. Oh, it's slimy. And the thing is, I've been into abandoned listed buildings before. One of the bands I was in about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, more like actually. We did a band photo shoot in an abandoned casino. Tri-washer. I don't think I have access to that on this map. Welcome aboard, by the way. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, let's have a look and see what I've got. We've got the Prime Vista Pro. We've got the extensions. We've got the nozzles. Oh, yeah. I probably should hydrate. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Hang on. I haven't actually opened my hydration yet, which is a beer. Of course it's a beer. Thank you. Oh, that's good. We've got the turbo nozzle. We've got soap nozzle. No, we don't have it on this one. This set of maps is limited in terms of what access to equipment you get. You get a set amount of equipment that you can use. And that seems to be about it. which is unfortunate, but I guess it makes it a bit more interesting in the sense that you've got to work with what you've got rather than relying on the posh stuff. You know, the Borgie soaps and whatnot. Oh. Hello. I trust Winston has extricated himself from the freezer in time to make you tea. Excellent. Oh, brilliant. There are two things that always find their way out. The truth and Winston. Oh, no. It's touches like this that I appreciate, right? It's touches like that I really like in games like this. Anytime you've got a collaboration with a crossover or something, when you get those touches where it really shows knowledge of each setting, and not just that, but what the fans of each setting are like as well. I mentioned before, Girls Frontline did this with the Valhalla event, and I'm pretty sure Michael Kirkbride wrote that event, actually, because the entire thing turned out to be a massive acid trip because one character got too drunk and created an entire universe with their mind. But there was a lot of stuff going on there where, jokes from the Valhalla setting which carried over. I'm pretty sure we got something about Dorothy getting hacked like she'd never been hacked before again. Which, I mean, we can't really talk too much about that on Twitch, can we? Not without getting bonked, but, well, we'll not worry about the bonking. You know, I mean, Twitch ain't as harsh as YouTube. They won't notice, right? They won't come for me. Where's my green nozzle? Yeah, green nozzle to blast the crust. Oh, yes. Oh my god, look at it. Lara! I should have texted her and just said, why is your house so dirty? What are you doing? Also, I'm pretty sure she didn't have a mobile phone when she was out in Egypt. Otherwise, she probably would have been able to ring someone and just say, hey, can you come rescue me? Set's trapped me in a tomb and I'm going to die. I suppose, though, in retrospect, at least in Tomb Raider 4, it was tombs that were being raided again and not like, oil rigs and shipwrecks and opera houses. That was always a fun one. The fact you could fraud out the opera house level was kind of busted, actually. So there's a shortcut on the opera level. It's dangerous because it's a very precise jump near the start of the actual opera house interior. If you miss it, then you're dead. There's not really two ways about it. If you miss it, you die. But if you can hit it, you cut out about 80% of that level, including the section with the annoying fan, which, I mean, the fan was pretty lethal, if I remember rightly. Oh god, look at all this grime. I'm sorry, this is gross. This is super gross. I will judge you for this, Lara Croft. I will judge you for this. Okay. That button. I love it. I love that button. I'm not going to tell you why, because it's kind of gross, but... yeah, we definitely got to... I think what we need to do is actually, like, when we get these bits done, we need to focus down when there is still muck. It will make it much, much easier to get past... yeah, like if we kind of up and down with a rhythmic cadence. Yeah, see? That's the way. Then up and over. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, looking good. Where's the rest of the filth? Is it actually on that bit there? Maybe in that? Maybe I'll see it better if I got the ramp, actually. Let's have a look. Let's have a look up here. Let's have a look. Man, I would kill some soap grenades about now. Ah, there we go. Right, there we go. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that, for a supermarket beer, that's really good. But then it's by a brewery called Polly's, and Polly's are very well known in the UK as one of the IPA makers. So they pretty much purely focus on IPAs, hazy pales, that sort of thing, and they have mastered the style. I think you can have an average Polly's beer, right? You can have an average Polly's, but the thing is, their average is above the quality of most other breweries' average. So a Polly's, which is just like, oh, it's just like a basic Polly's, it's still going to be right good. It's still going to be right good. Did I see some? No, the battlement definitely has something. Can I get up any higher? Can I get up higher? A little bit. There we go. Damn, Lara. Your house do be kind of nasty right now, though. This extra long extension is too good. I love it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Let us go. Alright, so that wall isn't quite done, actually. That one is. Is this? I don't know if that nozzle's actually doing all that much. Well, it's all good. It is DJB, as they say. Yep, that's that one done. I actually hit the wrong button. I was for some reason I was meant to hit E or R. Yeah, R changes the nozzle, doesn't it? Hang on. Is it? Yeah, there's still some muck there. Window frame is still mucky. Okay, done. Yep, that's looking good to me. Ah, excellent. That's that bit done. Right, okay, so we can actually kind of focus on this here now. Oh my god, it's so disgusting. I don't want to judge how Lara Croft is living her life, but like maybe slow down on the adventuring, like put your money into hiring some housekeepers. You know, by all means, keep on the adventuring. You're an archaeologist, that's your calling, right? But at least hire someone to help Winston around the house. For goodness sake. It's a health hazard. All this mould and stuff, you're both going to end up with some sort of horrendous lung disease. You'll turn into fungi. You'll start feasting on the flesh of the living. Cordyceps will force you to expand the range of the fungal network. Maybe. I don't know. Cordyceps are fucking horrifying, actually, on that subject. So, if you don't know, cordyceps are a fungus which mind control stuff, and they actually it's not a sci-fi thing. Cordyceps actually do mind control ants. So what they do is they infest an ant, and they basically give this ant almost a directive to get itself to a point where the cordyceps can release more spores. But it will force the ant to climb as high as it basically burrows into the brain, makes the ant get up to a certain point, like climb up to a certain height, and then it will kill the ant, anchor itself to whatever it is that it's about to release its spores off of, and then the ant will just die. Oh, I can turn it around. Nice. Yeah, that's good. I forgot I could do that. Somehow I forgot I could turn stuff around on this. There's a lot of potential for stories involving cordyceps, actually. I don't know. I think that's actually where the story for The Last of Us came from. I'm sure that it's a cordyceps fungus that caused the zombie outbreak. I don't know. I've never played those games just because I got really burned out on zombie apocalypse stuff. But I'm sure that I read somewhere that was like the basis for the entire story of that franchise was mind control fungus that turned people into zombies after killing them. Delightfully grimdark. Delightfully. I mean, to be fair, who doesn't like a bit of body horror? Right, we need to get the beef nozzle there. Oh yeah. Your house is going to be moist as hell, and not for very long apparently. It looks like it's 40 degrees out in England today, and the water is just evaporating instantly. Tis all good. Tis all good. I keep saying it's all good, but it's really not. Like, I think this is my coping mechanism for the amount of filth in front of me. It's okay. It's just a little dirty. It's still good. It's still good. It's just a little grime encrusted. It's still good. It's still good. It's just a little coated in the bones and flesh of the deceased, forming into a pulsating mass that takes sentience and starts wreaking revenge upon the living. It's still good. It's still good. Oh, what's happened there? Hang on a minute. Where have I gone? Hang on, give me a second. Oh god. Oh god. My camera's gone. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to have to reboot VTS, so give me just 1 second. I can't remember how I do this now. Am I a PNG? There's me. Okay. I'm a PNG for a second, guys. Bear with me. Okay. Right. Bear with. I don't know why. For some reason, my camera keeps on disconnecting from VTube Studio. Like, it takes a while to do. Uh-oh. I don't know if I like the look of that. Just saw an email pop up saying, "Oh, Stream Elements has a paid sponsorship with your name on it. If it better not be a HelloFresh one because I've heard bad things about that." Right. Okay. Get the PNG gone. Bye. Hi. Am I back yet? Am I back? Yes, I'm back, and I'm moving again. Hooray! Excellent. I don't know what happened there. My camera just stopped working. Well, I'm back. Hi, it's me, it's Shinsu. I'm here once again to clean your house. Kim and Aggie ain't got shit on me, pal. Oh, no. We can't really get any higher than that, can we? I don't think so, anyway. Excuse the microphone muting. There's my stomach is making some noises, shall we say? There are some no small concern to me at the moment. But the show shall go on. Oh yes. God, look at this. So much of it. Right, how's this going? The window's still apparently very mucky, but there's quite a few cool mods I've played for Tomb Raider, actually. There's a lot of the mods are actually a lot more challenging than the base game. As you can imagine, they're made by people who are very, very passionate about the setting, and you know, because of that, they tend to be very exacting in what they expect a player to be able to do a lot of the time. Which I think is fair, actually. You know, I would expect if someone made a mod for a game that they were passionate about, I'd expect them to make it so that it was able to challenge people. Oh, there's going to be some over there, isn't there? Yes. Get that soaking. Nice, nice. Still some muck there. Anything else? No, I don't. I think actually. Oh no! Oh, okay, we made it. We made it. Right. I heard someone else's footsteps. What's that? Oh, is that a roof thing? Oh, it's just part of the butcher. I thought it was a signpost there. I thought it was actually a signpost. Right, well, let's get this bit done, and then we'll head downstairs and we'll kind of work on the wall underneath what we've just done. Look at it. Sparkling. Majestic. Beautiful. We love to see it. We love to see it. Okay, so this is pretty... Right, okay, so we can focus on this wall now, really. And then we're going to kind of move the thing around, get the bit done underneath, approach it with a plan. It's like they say, know yourself, know your enemy, 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. Or as Type 97 once said, Teehee, all warfare is based on deception. You always have to kind of casually miss out the on deception part. Just have us saying Teehee, all warfare is based. Girls frontline players are a mimetic lot. I mean, to be fair, I've never really known quite such a collection of itinerant shitposts in my life, but that's by the by, isn't it? Right, okay. Oh, yeah, it's looking good, this. Looking good. Actually, that reminds me, I still need to finish off Fixed Point. I haven't really played GFL seriously for a while now. I kind of got a bit bored of playing it religiously, and I guess 5 years of playing a game will do that to a man, especially a gacha-type game. But the story remains outstanding, so I feel as though I kind of owe it to the story to finish off the event. So I'm almost at the end. I think I've got like 2 story nodes left to do, then the ending, and that's it. So maybe after stream I'll have a look at that. I'll see how I go. If not, then I'll do it tomorrow. There's time in hand. Oh, this wall's not quite done. Where's the... There's a bit of filth there. Oh. Oh, the coin's not quite done. No, there's that turret, actually. I see. There. There we go, that's that bit done. Oops. Right, hang on, can I'll take that off, actually. Oh god, look at that. How did I miss all of this shit? Yeah, I mean, there's still quite a lot of filth there, isn't there? Oh yeah. It's looking much better. We need to... Oh god, look at all this shit. My god, Lara, how's it gotten this bad? Where's your life gone so wrong? Other than the fact that you decided to become a Tomb Raider anyway. I mean, that was never a good choice, let's be fair. Right, okay, this wall now, and this bit. So, get my beef extension on. Good, good, good. Oh, look at us go. Look at us go. Can I move that, like, there to... Yeah, okay. Good. Meanwhile, Winston's just chilling in the freezer still. Because of course he is, because he's a pain in the ass. He could be helping us with this, but no, he's been a lazy shit. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, to be fair, if I'm tidying, a lot of the time, I kind of like doing it on my own. Like having my wife there to help with it is actually nice because we get a lot more done when we're doing it together. When we're houseworking together, like it really amplifies the amount we can get done. But at the same time, there's something to be said just for sticking on your music and just cracking on the Todd, right? On your own, that means. If you're not from Yorkshire, a lot of the stuff I say might not make sense, but that's fine. I'm used to people not being able to quite understand what I say a lot of the time. You just kind of get used to it in the end, right? Right, green nozzle, let's go. 71% done. Almost 2 hours in. Yes, this is peak streaming. PowerWash Simulator is peak streaming. You can't convince me otherwise. Oh, yes. Let's see. I just realised, actually, that I'm only 5 follows now away from the Batsu stream. Oh, dear, that's not good. So to quantify that a bit further, when I hit 100 followers, I am going to do a stream where I drink 10 teaspoons of Dabomb Beyond Insanity hot sauce live and then try and tank out 5 minutes afterwards with no fluid to kind of break it up as all. I mean, I need to work out the logistics of that, 'cause actually that might be impossible. And I know it's going to be a bad idea the next day. It's going to be something I'm going to have to do on a weekend when I've got some time spare. But yeah, I mean, look forward to the delivery, guys, huh? Yes. Oh, yes, that's it. That's it. This wall is almost done. There's just a couple of very... There we go. That's it. That's the badger. I do want to see, like... I want to at least get this map done so we can see what the next one in the sequence is. You never know. That might decide if we come back to PowerWash Simulator again, if we leave it for months on end again. I don't know. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. There's definitely something therapeutic about this. Almost meditative. I'm almost in a trance as we do this. You know, I'm approaching Zen very, very rapidly. I say I'm approaching Zen. I'm falling into it like Gordon Freeman falls into Zen. But if you haven't played Half-Life, that joke ain't going to make no sense. Well, Half-Life was a fun game to stream. I remember we started on Opposing Force as well, but I kind of stopped that because, well, old games are a mixed bag for streaming, right? So sometimes old games will do well, and especially YouTube likes old games much more than Twitch does. But at the same time, I'd much rather stream games that I actually enjoy rather than like, oh, here's the popular game at the minute, just, you know, stream what's popular. It's like, well, I'd rather have fun with it, you know. You know, I'd rather enjoy what I'm doing consistently. Just realised, yeah, there's still like muck over here, isn't there? Oh, look, yeah, I'm missing bits all over the shop. Disgraceful scenes. Absolutely disgraceful. Me criticising Lara, also me doing a bad job. Right, okay. Let's pick that up, pop that down there. Right, okay, let's make a start on linking it all up then. We're making some progress. Her plants are getting very, very well watered tonight. They love to see it. They love to see it. There we go. Oh, yeah. Is there anything else of note that I wanted to discuss with chat tonight? I don't think there is tonight, really. We've talked about what's going on musically for me at the minute, and I think the musical side of things is kind of my main focus right now, so keeping my drumming skills up to par, making sure that we can play the songs, making sure that we lock in the songs that we're not quite confident on. I mean, a lot of my band's songs, I was involved in the writing of, so I know them like the back of my hand. So I don't need to really worry about them so much. It's making sure that everyone else is kind of locked in tight with us. And that's kind of where the challenge, I think, comes in a lot of time. When you're very familiar with songs, but you've got band members coming in who are not quite so familiar with the songs because they've not they weren't involved in the writing process for a lot of them. Making sure that they're comfortable with what they're playing is really important, especially the rhythm section. Like making sure the rhythm section is locked in tight with each other is paramount. You know, without a solid rhythm section, everything else falls apart, right? It's going good so far. You know, I mean, this shouldn't be. Please don't take this as any sort of criticism against my bandmates at all, because it's not. You know, everything is coming on really nicely. We got the songs written. We've got the newest song ready to go. I mean, you never know. We might get to a point where we have a 7th song written and ready. I don't think we would do, because 7 songs is probably going to be too much to deal with. But I think we're probably going to have like a spoken word intro to the album. I'm not 100% on that, because yeah, we need to speak to the singer and see what he wants to do on that point. But it'd be kind of cool. Not sure exactly what the spoken word intro would concern, but that's kind of something that we need the singer's input on, because he deals with all the lyrical themes we have. So yeah, I wouldn't want to try and put words in his mouth. You know, he could put words in our mouth if he wants like gang vocals or something. But I mean, that is something we're missing. Actually, we don't have a song with gang vocals yet, so that could be an idea. Oh, crusty barnacles, lovely. We hate to see it. We hate to see it in this state, Lara. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's awful. Look at it. This is so gross. Actually, I tell you what would be a good move. Let's sort out the bottom floor first, and then go up top. Yeah, that's probably the most efficient way for us to do this, isn't it? Go wall by wall, brick by brick, stone by stone. This castle is set to burn. Brick by brick, wall by wall, stone by stone. I got the lyrics the wrong way round. I miss 3 Inches of Blood. They were fun. They were dumb but fun. Like the whole sort of contrast between the really high falsetto vocals and then the growly, screamy vocals. I remember the first video I saw of theirs. It was Destroy the Orcs. And it was the version they did for Battle Cry Under a Winter's Sun. It wasn't the one they did on Advance and Vanquish. But I'd never heard anything like it at that point in my life. I mean, we're going back a hell of a way now. I think Advance and Vanquish was like 2004 or 5 that came out. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame they called it, but I guess bands get to a point where sometimes they just don't want to do it anymore. You got to respect that. If an artist chooses to disengage from the art, then you know, having someone forced into making passionless art is always a misstep. Without passion, the art just becomes a thing, squalid and fetid. You know, with no passion, it's just, you might as well just use AI and just create something completely soulless. Why bother? But when the passion's there, my neck is really crunchy tonight. I got a passion for crunching my neck, I say that much. Is there a way to? Oh yeah, I could just hit the Right, I can hit the right mouse button and it just continually spurts out. Wish I'd realised that before. / remembered that before. Tasty. But yeah, I'm hoping maybe to get involved in small projects soon with various and sundry sources. There's a few things that I've kind of registered some interest for, shall we say. Whether or not anything comes of it completely remains to be seen, but, you know, it'll be fun. If anything does come from something, then, you know, that's really why I'm in this game, right? I just want to have fun. You know, maybe get a bit of extra pocket money on the side, but mostly it's about creating a fun time, right? Right. Oh, that window's still filthy. This wall is still... Oh, God. I'm really botching this here, aren't I? At least I'm not botching it to the point where I'm botching the rock. Oh, no. Goto-san exploded. Again? That only happened yesterday. On a serious note, if you've not seen Bocce the Rock, you really should. That show was fantastic. I like how it just kind of came out of nowhere, except for the people who already knew about it. I was not one of those people, I would add. The people who knew about it were just like, oh, it might be alright. But the people who... the amount of people who actually came on board with it after it aired, there were so many. It was definitely like the sleeper hit of its season. And I would actually argue it was one of the... it was one of the shows of all time. It succeeded in every single thing it set out to do. We love to see it. Nice, nice. I'm not sure exactly how much money I've made just yet from this. Everything is done and dusted over here in Egypt, and I'll be back in England to see your handiwork very soon. Oh, good. Is that all you got to say, Lara? Alright. Don't you think you've seen enough? Wow, this floor is grim. Alright, so let's get down here. Harold Possington, yes. Yes, we do not stand the pig pimples game on this channel. We do not stand it. No, we stand blue, pink, and white here, and we say this without hesitation. Da 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 da. Oh yes. I feel like the green. Oh, hang on. I ain't got no stone cleaner, have I? Green? Yeah, green's doing this a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, we're at 2 hours and 5 minutes, 81% done. Turns out Lara's mansion is absolutely filthier than I ever could have imagined it would be, but, you know. What do I know? She's just an aristocrat. You know, it's not as if there's a societal expectation for a house not to be a fucking sty. Look at it. Oh, it's gross. I just don't get it. How, Lara? How can things get this bad? You know, a lifetime of adventure is no excuse for having a house that's this gross. Ugh. Okay. So we're gonna scooch on there. Oh yeah. Oh yes. We love to see it. One thing I'm going to have to do soon is I've got a symbol on order which my dad kindly gave me a bit of a loan for, considering that things are a bit tight, as you can imagine, with wife being out of work still. So he says, okay, I'll replace this symbol for you. Just do it on a loan basis. We'll sort something out when you can source it. So, all right, put the order in. The guy at the shop says probably about 2 weeks because it ships from Germany. They've got to put an order in and get it from Germany. I've got a gig coming up in about 10 days, and it's like, I need to know what the symbol is. So I need to actually get in contact with the shop and just make sure that it's coming in soon, just so I know when can I expect to have it. I'm hoping it's going to come through. I hope it's going to come through real soon, because the symbol it's replacing. I mean, if I try and play it now, the crack doubles in length every single time, and I kind of want to turn that symbol into a clock. The dead symbol turning into a clock would be kind of cool. Like, if you're not a drummer, this will probably not make a huge level of sense. But back in the early thousands, every single drum shop would have a Roctagon clock. So Sabian do a symbol called the Roctagon in the AA range. And the Roctagon is basically an octagon symbol. It's a crash symbol, octagonal shape, sounds a bit minging, but a lot of shops struggle to shift them because they're weird symbols. They're experimental. They're not really a symbol for general use, right? So they just, what can we do? Let's stick a clock mechanism in the middle of it. Why not? It'll be fun. And then you end up with the Clocktagon. This wall base looks a bit. Oh yeah, there's still some gunge there, isn't there? Yep, that's it. So I kind of think, like, this broken symbol, well, why don't I just turn it into a clock? The only difficulty is it weighs about 2.5 kilos because it's a heavy bastard. So I might have to work out a... Hang on, that raised floor is still grime. Oh, it's in the corner. Okay, I see. Stymied by small, tiny bits of dirt. Huh? What? How is there still... Oh, there's some gunk over there. There we go. That's done it. Excellent. Yeah, see, we're kind of linking it all around now. Yeah, I mean, turning a symbol into a clock. Not a novel idea. It's, a very well done idea. But I just think that considering that was my workhorse, it's a fitting funeral for it. Instead of playing it to death to the point it cracks and I actually have to just get rid of it entirely, why don't we turn it into something new and cool? Reuse it, so to speak. Give it a new lease of life. We can't repair it because repairing a symbol is just kind of staving a death sentence off, really. It's broken. Once the symbol's broken, my view is you can repair it, yeah, but the repair will be temporary. It will always be a broken symbol at heart. You can still do things with them, but you just have to get a little bit creative in terms of how you do it. That raised floor is going to be quite beef all the way around, but... Okay, let's get this bit done now. Yeah, the yellow nozzle's putting in its work for us. Switch to green. It's green. Green will deal with this, actually. This is a really nice washer they've given us for this section. We probably want to make sure this coin is done. Or quoin. I don't know what the fuck this is. I just get paid to blast water at it. That's all I need to know. Oh, yeah. The goo just sloughing off. Yeah, we're just going to wallow in the feta. Why not? Oh, putrid. Just going to find all the words in my thesaurus for gross at this point. But, I mean, we're making some real progress on this mansion. She's actually going to have a house to come home to and not just a dump. Because it was, when we started, looking like my local tip. Which is never what you want an aristocratic house of poshness to look like. Call it food storage. The rich are made of food, right? We can eat them. So what are their houses? Well, it's like a food depository or repository. I don't fucking know. I'm just kind of chatting bullshit at this point. I mean, me chatting bullshit is not exactly anything new, though, so, you know. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, yes. Yep, looking good. Right, yes, we've got that done. So yeah, I mean, actually, the ground floor is just this bit here, really, huh? These coins are proven to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. There we go. Good, good. Nice. Yeah, this is looking good. She's going to be pleased with this. The waterboard, not so much, because it's taken a lot of doing to get the house looking quite so clean. But, you know, is cleaning not just kind of a testament to the edifice of human foolishness? It's an ongoing battle that we can't win. You can't win against dirt. It will always come back. You know, temporary victories, sure, but you won't actually win. Okay. Now this bit. Looking good. Yes. Looks nice. Looks very nice. Is that coin has still got some go on it somewhere? Oh, it's up in that corner, isn't it? Okay. Of course, PowerWash Simulator. Nook and cranny finding simulator. You must find every nook and every cranny, and if you fail to, then suffer. Yeah, looks good. Making big progress now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, something else I should do is start planning for streams maybe a bit more in advance. And when I say that, I don't mean the manor wall still. Oh, still a bit mucky there. I don't mean in terms of you know, actually planning out what am I going to do on the stream, because that's always kind of like, you know, we play it by ear, right? What I mean more is in the sense of deciding in advance what games we're going to be playing on a week. So I think when it comes to, say, the week after next, I need to actually make some decisions in terms of, there we go, in terms of what we're going to be playing and when, because I've got those gigs coming up, so I need to be bearing that in mind a bit more. There's a new Holocure update out, actually, so I need to look at recording some footage for the new characters for that, because I'm going to start uploading some videos to my YouTube for Holocure runs. Just like, do a run with a character on a particular map, for example, and then upload the runs to my YouTube channel, just as kind of like, you know, 20-minute videos for each character. Jobs are good, right? Holocure is fun. It's Vampire Survivors was definitely fun. I haven't played it in a long time. I don't know exactly why. I think it was one of those games where the gameplay loop itself is such that it's fun for a bit, and then I kind of want to do other stuff. But when I'm in the mood for Vampire Survivors type games, I'm really in the mood for it. So I kind of feel like it would be a good time to capitalise on Holocure so that I can play the new characters, get some runs in with them. I mean, of course, it's going to have to be... I think there's a new map as well, actually, isn't there? I have to have a look at that. New maps are always fun, like actually learning what happens on a new map. I remember the first time I ever tried the hard mode map for stage 1 night. I think I beat it the first time I tried it. It was hard as hell, but it's one of those things where actually having a bit of a cautious gameplay style worked out for me quite nicely. Right, anything else there? Is the coin needs to be... Battlements are mucky still. These decorations might be a bit of a pain in the ass to get. Oh yeah, look at that. That's gross. Okay. Yeah, get that done. Right, okay. Now I think the best way for us to approach this wall is like from up here. Oh, from round at this side anyway. Yeah, look at that. Sloughing off. Delicious. I mean, I'm not sure if maybe I should do, if I should play a bit of Holocure after my stream tonight, or I kind of, there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to do. Like, you know, there's animes to watch. There's Minecraft stuff I want to do. There's Darkest Dungeon to play. Cause I got the PC version working. I think I mentioned before it just doesn't get on with OBS for some reason. So I can get away with that via the Xbox workaround, but I can play the PC version kind of, you know, on my own as a, you know, as a thing to have some fun with, right? So I'm kind of thinking, well, do I want to play that for a bit? Because, you know, my wife's not going to be home until probably about 11 o'clock tonight, so I've got 4 or so hours from now to be doing stuff. Do we want to... Uh-oh. I didn't mean to plummet. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Up we go. Yeah, that's it. That's the badge. Good, good. Beautiful. Look at it. Beautiful. We're going to make Croft Manor great again. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. This place is looking good. This place is looking real good. I'm starting to judge it less, because it's not filthy anymore. This long-range nozzle is surprisingly based. Based on what? Based on power washing technology. Okay. I'm kind of feeling like a survival type game at some point as well, so providing that work actually pay me properly this month, because there was an issue with that last month, and it's something I'm going to be monitoring very closely when I get paid, do not worry. I may be able to swing Surviving the Abyss, which I've been wanting to look at for a bit. The thing is, I don't know how it would run on the laptop, and I don't know if it's something that would run well enough to stream. So, you know, it's definitely in the maybe pile. If we were to get it working, that would be sweet. But I'm kind of, at the minute, I'm more sort of leaning towards stuff like, is there a survival game I can play that... I mean, Minecraft is always an option, right? But I think the thing with Minecraft is that I favour brutalist architecture, so I grew up with brutalist architecture as a kid, and it kind of stuck with me. I like sort of big grey concrete slab type buildings. They've always kind of resonated with me, and because of that, is that doing anything? A little bit. In fact, I think if we get a bit closer, no. Oh yeah, we can just kind of put it right next to there and just hop off. Cool. The main enjoyment I get from Minecraft really is from exploration and finding cool stuff. But then the problem with that is I get too into it and then I off-stream a bunch of stuff and there's no real continuity between the Minecraft streams, which does get to be a bit of a problem eventually. But I don't know. I mean, there's survival games out there that I've got my eye on. A lot of the time, it's a case of will it run on the laptop? Is it something I can stream? You know, what's the crack with that? And like we were saying before, you know, there's stuff that I want to play, and it's like, would I necessarily want to stream it, or do I just want to play it? I don't know. There's a lot of choices going on at the minute, and I think like at some point, I'm going to need to actually sit down and decide, right, what am I actually, you know, what am I playing? What am I playing which needs to kind of be played reasonably frequently, and what can I kind of dip into and out of as we see fit, just to kind of get that variety on channel. It's one reason I decided to bring Valhalla back, although my voice is straining a bit right now, so I'm kind of wondering, how will I cope with Valhalla? Because Valhalla is a lot of talking, it's a lot of different voices to be doing as well. And I've got to try and remember what I did for the voices at that. 'Cause I remember Dana had like a very deep Yorkshire accent, but I like this. It was just, I mean, nonsensically silly accents. Would my voice cope with that for multiple hours? Well, I don't know. Maybe. It's certainly a possibility. Oh, that sound. I know it's meant to be water hitting the bricks, but it just sounds... It sounds like slopping rotten flesh. I don't care for it one bit, sir. No. However, we are coming on to the end game of this particular job. She will not be unhappy with our handiwork. We will be beloved throughout this entire land. Oh yeah, the battlements need a bit of a wash from this side, but I'm surprised how powerful it. Like, this isn't the basic washer, is it? I think it might be the... I'm not sure if this is the basic one or not. It's been that long since I played that I don't remember. I think the basic power washer was like black colour washer, wasn't it? I don't know. I'm not 100%... like I say, I'm not 100% because I don't remember. It's been that long since I played the game. Right, there we go. Oh, there's quite a lot of filth there, isn't there? Okay. Ugh, let's sit up in the chair a minute. There we go. Okay. I was starting to slouch. Making sure you keep a good position when you're gaming is obviously important. You don't want to get back issues. Otherwise you end up like me, and you just, every time that you move, you're cracking like ozone. Thank you for mentioning and reminding me about... Ozone, by the way, Daddy Mash. Yeah, the existential horror was just what I was needing. Still some filth over there, isn't there? Okay. Yeah, I must remember that these other nozzles kind of... They splash around a bit more as well, which kind of helps with these bits. Go. Nice, nice. Good. Yeah, we love to see it. Where is the last bit on this wall? I can't... Oh, I see. There's a bit up there. Is it like all in the corners then? I tell you what we should do is get this wall done, right? Okay. There we go. Oh, that's that one done. Nice, nice, nice. 96%. We're getting there, lads. We're getting there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Glorious. Radiant. Majestic. Now what's up with this? Oh, there's some bits there. That tower wall's not quite clean, is it? Hang on, I need to take the. Let's put the. Put it back to stubby gun. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. It's amazing how much I'm getting out of the stubby gun in this, you know. And then what we can do is, after we've done this bit, we can kind of mop up whatever's outstanding. But yeah, we're almost done. Croft Manor is almost ready to live in again. Kind of. I mean, will anyone ever live in it again? Put the extra long extension on, please. Damn, that really does bring the power, doesn't it? Look at it go. Yep. Oh, ow. Sorry, I had to pop my neck again there. Okay. Right. Oh yeah. Beautiful. I mean, there's still too much crap on this wall by far, but, you know, 90%, well, 98% of it done. I think that's pretty good going for 2.5 hours. Now, if only I could bring myself to do this much housework on my actual house. And bearing in mind that I'm a homeowner, so I really should put the effort in. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of, right, get this, yeah, get this one out now. Where's the last of that muck? Thing is, all the muck's kind of spread out at this point a bit now, so... Right, let's pull around here a bit. Oh, this bits of the ledge there. Oh wow, that window frame's gross. There we go. Good, good, good. That's it, that's it. Take off the extension, please. Thank you. Buttress is still a bit grim. That's done. This is almost done. What's going on with this buttress? Where's the rest of the issue? Is it up? Is it? Nope. Is it on this side? No? Oh, I think it's on the underside of the roof bit. Like that. See a bit of crap there. Is that doing it? Okay, that's that done. Buttress is still not what I'd expect, but well, there's a bit of ground there I can see. Oh, I can see a big whack of stuff there. Cat, don't go up there. Oi, don't go up there. Cheeky. Sorry, Cat's been a bit of a cheeky bobeaky. I need to get up there, actually. Do you see it? Think about. No! I found the grime, the muck, the shite. Fountain outer wall still right. The fountain outer wall still needs some love. So right, but I can see. Yeah, the battlement definitely needs some. I forgot about this thing. Look at that go. Oh baby. That's it. Tower battlement needs some love apparently. I don't believe it does, but alright. Oh wait, it is that. Okay. There you go, okay. Right, so we need to get to that bit up there, don't we? Right, we're gonna have to move this. Oop. I'm amazed that we can just move that through the power of thought alone. Such is the power of the Glaucus. Right, where else is them? I can see some grime up there, actually. Wow, we've really kind of... The decorations are doing us here. Alright. Hold up. But that's okay. Yeah, we need to kind of get those bits that are... I tell you what, let's move this back over here. We can put that, like, there. Okay, good, good. Good, 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 good. I fell. That wasn't good. Okay. I should really be using this swizzly nozzle a bit more. Huh? Is that done? Alright, okay. Can I don't think I can hit that from here. Have I got the extra long extension on? Yeah, I've not quite got the range there. Okay, well, let's check this outer wall. Cause, oh, I see, of course. There we go. That's it. That's it. Should always remember to go underneath rims like that. Okay, and here as well. Yep, of course. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks good to me. That looks real good. Looking good, looking good. Not looking good because I lost my aim. I was scratching my ear. A bit embarrassing. Alright, alright, alright. There we go. Good. This is looking very pimp. Very tricked out. Oh, I just saw some grimness along the bottom wall, actually. There we go. There we go. Get that mould off of it. There you go. Sure hope Miss Croft gives us a bonus for this. Okay. So what's left? That window's not done properly. Hang on. If we put that... No, put that there, I think. I can't see too much more that I think needs actually doing, but we'll have to be guided. It says the window needs cleaning, so... Right, okay. Oh, there's some stuff up there, wasn't there? Okay. Core bell table needs... oh, there's some stuff... Yeah, there we go. Not looking better? A little bit. Okay. Right. What's left? What's left? This is left, most certainly. Okay. Anything else there? I don't think there is. What was that? The coin is not quite where we want it to be again. It's good now. Trying to work out like what's left. Hang on. There you go. Okay, so battlements almost clean. Corbels almost clean. Decorative window arches almost clean. Here's one that needs loving. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Where are the other ones then? Around this side, maybe? Okay. Manor wall is not quite ready. Oh, them bits in the corners. Good, good, good. Right, what's left? Can I mark these? Don't think I can quite. The battlements. Oh, hang on. Up there. I see. I see it. I see it. Okay, lonk. Okay, that's that one done. That battlement's okay. That battlement's okay. Ba 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 ba. That one needs a bit of work. And that one. All good so far. Okay. Ah, I fell. No. I'm determined. I'm absolutely determined that I'm going to finish this one. I haven't yet, no. So I'm looking to do it at some point soon. I'm going to be recording some footage from it eventually. Like, the plan is I'm going to record some footage from it, get some runs uploaded onto YouTube, but it's going to be kind of edited into single runs, right? So I'll be doing like a run with a character, and it's just a run with that character through a level. That goes on YouTube, and then we're going to eventually have a run for hopefully every character. Oh, hang on. There's muck there. Okay, good. Right, that's a battlement done. What's left? The corbels are... Aren't the corbels, like, down here? Yes. So the corbels are underneath. Yeah, I mean, I've like I say, I've not had a chance to actually play it yet, but it's very much on the cards. Not sure exactly when, but... Oh, yeah. Right, well, oh, hang on. There. I see muck. There we go. Yeah, I mean, anything I should know about it? Oh, cats are acting out again. Cats, what's up? They're being silly. Oh? Tell me more, tell me more. Oh boy. That's always a fun set of words to string together. Pain in the ass. Alright, where's the... Are the corbels done now? Corbels 9 out of 12. Actually, we've done most of them. Window arches. Doorway window? Wait, is the doorway window not done yet? Oh god, it's not. There we go. Oh, okay, yeah, that is pretty mega actually, because that was one of the worst things about playing those characters was horizontal only aiming. Right, what's left? What's left? The corbels, we got 9 out of 12. Okay. Oh, that one needs a bit of loving. This wall is still a bit messy. Okay, no, not anymore. That one's done. That one's done. Okay. So those 4 are done. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 2 that are missing. Oh Jesus. So what's the new stage that's been brought in? Is it just like stage 2 hard, or have they got an extra like new stage in? Right, okay. All the corbels done now? Yes. Decorative window arches, the entrance topper, and the entrance pilasters, eh? The heck is a pilaster? Oh, these things. Okay, well that's done. Doorway topper? Ah! Okay. Okay. Decorative window arches. I haven't seen decorative window arches, I don't think. Oh, hang on, it's these things, isn't it? Need to work out which one's actually not done yet. Great. Yeah, stage 2 was hard when it first came out anyway. The limits on movement, I think, were what made it kind of trickiest. So I can imagine stage 2 hard is going to be pretty nightmare fuel. I mean, like I said, it's something I'm going to be looking into at some point in the near future for certain. I'm not exactly sure when, but it's definitely on the cards. Right, okay. Window arches, they all done now? Yes. So what's left? Entrance topper, fountain lanterns. There's a lantern that's still kind of grimy. Okay. I think it's probably going to be that one over there. But let's have a look. No, that one's alright. That one? Can't even target that one. Nope, not that one. That one? It's this one. There we go. Yeah, I'm guessing stage 2 hard is just one of the things where KU was just like, you know what, just suffer. Just suffer, because it'll amuse me. Which, to be fair, I mean, is kind of not undeserved, I suppose. Okay, entrance topper. Ah, that thing. Okay, entrance topper's done. So, large window border walls, manor walls, and the coins. There's still a coin which is evading me. Not sure where or how it's evading. Oh, there we go. That's done. There's a tower wall somewhere. Oh, was it a manor wall or a tower wall? Gable decoration and gable decoration border. Okay. Gable decoration. Gable decoration. What's the gable decoration? I don't know what the gable decoration is. I mean, I know it's going to be high up, so let's kind of maybe try and go up that way. But let's have a look at the manor walls as well, and see if we can work out which of them is. Oh, I think I just saw something which needed to be cleansed from this land. Large. Ah, there you go. There we are. Can't see where the grime is, though. That's the problem. There we go. Okay. That coin's not done. Now it is. Right, what's left? What's left? What's left? Gable decoration border, one of the manor walls, a string course ledge, and a tower coin. Okay, string course ledge. These bits. Okay, so the string course ledge is the bit we're going to be walking on. All right. Manor wall? No, string course ledge. Manor wall. Bum ba bum bum. Oh, nope. I'm trying to find where the gables were as well. Okay. Manor wall. You would have hoped it would have given me a bit more of an indication as to what's not quite right, but... Lower tower roof. Where are the gables? So to me, a gable would be like in my area, a gable is like the end of a terrace, right? So like our house is an end terrace, so it's a gable. It's got a gable end, right? I think this might be referring to gable as like a promontory type job, but I'm not 100%. This is the problem with regional terminologies. Gable wall, okay. Tower coins. So these are the tower coins. Okay. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Coin. It's a weird sounding word. Wall planters. Wait, what? Oh. Yeah, let's go down and clean these off, actually. See if these don't take very much to do. Okay. We're getting there. We're kind of wrapping everything up now. So gable decoration border. So I guess that's going to be those bits right at the very top. Oh, ow. Oh, it's tricky because I can't see what it's saying when I'm pointing my thing at it. Gable decoration border. Unless it's the gable... Unless it's like there's a gable down here. I guess there could be. Ah! There we are. It's up there. Right. Okay. 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 That's easy peasy. Kind of. Ish. Right. Gable decoration and the border. Right. Okay. Tower coins, 2 out of 2. One of the string course ledges needs a bit of love, and one of the manor walls. I mean, we've got to find out which manor wall it is first, but let's kind of eliminate them one by one, huh? We can have a look at the string course ledges while we're at it as well. Okay. Tower. Oh, hang on. There's one. It probably means... Yeah, it's this one. Okay, they're done. Manor wall, tower wall. I can't see which manor wall it is that needs to be done. Ow, that was my ankle. I'm sorry if you heard that. That kind of hurt. I can't find which manor wall it is they're after me to do. We need to work out which string course ledge we're looking at anyway. I keep on hearing what sounds like Lara's pistol holstering sound from Tomb Raider 3. I'm worried she's going to hop out somewhere and just shoot us in the face. You've not done a good enough job on this, son. Now die. Oh, sweet embrace of death. Not quite how I envisioned it coming, but, you know. Manor wall. Manor wall. Which manor wall, though? I can't see any of the manor walls which need to be done. That's the thing. My grime finder is not helping either. So look at these string course ledges, huh? So are any of these flashing up to say they need to be looked at? They're not. No. Most can... Oh, hang on. This is a frustration. Ah, this string core sledge. Now we're just down 1 mana wall, right? Hi there, cats. What are you doing? They're being cheeky bobeekies. I think one of them's getting real hungry, so once I finish this, I'll be wrapping up so I can go feed her. Because otherwise she is going to just be a pain in the ass for the rest of the night. Where's the other mana wall? Can you guide me to the mana wall? I hope I'm not just going to have to spray all of them a bit. Because the thing is, I'm pretty sure I've looked at... Oh, it's that one. There we are. There we go. We did it. Nice. Oh, I didn't realise that I could do that. Nice. That made it a lot easier. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. We love to see it. We love to see it. Okay, Winston has finished. Winston's been gushing about what a tremendous job you've done finishing his cleaning on the exterior, and I'm excited to see it for myself. You have my deepest gratitude. In fact, based on this solid intel, I think I have something else for you. Which would be the obstacle course and quad bike. Okay, so we actually do get to see the obstacle course. That's pretty sick. But like I said, we're going to wrap things up for there for tonight because you know I am needing to feed the cats and my voice is really starting to strain now. So thanks for coming. I'm not on tomorrow night, so like I said, Tiberian Sun has been moved to Monday night now because of band practice. In the meantime, schedule's going to be going up tomorrow. Probably afternoon, evening time. So keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, cheers for coming along. I hope to see you next time. Take care.